Imagine your kidneys as two silent bodyguards, filtering nearly 50 gallons of blood every single day. But here is the terrifying reality. They won't send a single warning signal until 70% of their function is already permanently gone. By the time you notice swelling or crushing fatigue, the damage is mostly irreversible. The hidden culprit isn't just salt, it's sugar. Every time you consume excess sugar, it forces these microscopic filters into a dangerous overdrive. Exactly like revving a car engine at maximum redline all day long. Eventually, the parts wear out. But what exactly happens inside your biology if you completely cut the fuel to this internal fire? What if you stop this sugary overload for just 30 days? In this video, we are going to map out the exact biological timeline of quitting sugar. We will track the journey from the brutal withdrawals of the first 72 hours all the way to the measurable tissue repairs that happen by week 4. We are following a chronological simulation to witness the healing process of your body's filtration system. If you want to continue decoding the hidden mechanisms of your body, make sure to subscribe right now. We start at day 0. The common assumption is that sugar only affects your waistline or blood glucose. The reality is that it acts as a wrecking ball to your kidneys. A massive influx of sugar triggers a condition called glomerular hyperfiltration. To handle the sudden rush of glucose, your kidneys act like sponges, absorbing the overflow and filtering blood at maximum unsustainable speeds. Think of a delicate coffee filter. Pour water through it and it works perfectly, but constantly pour sticky syrup through it and the filter stretches, clogs, and weakens. Sugar forces your millions of microscopic filters called nephrons into this exact state. They literally start dying off and they don't grow back. So what happens when you abruptly shut off the syrup? This brings us to the first 72 hours. You might expect to instantly feel healthier when you stop eating sugar. Instead, your glucose-addicted brain throws a tantrum. Deprived of its favorite quick fuel, you will likely experience pounding headaches, intense mood swings, and crippling cravings. It feels like caffeine withdrawal, only worse. But here's the biological flip. While your brain is complaining loudly, deep inside, your kidneys are quietly celebrating. Because kidneys lack pain receptors, you can't feel their immediate relief. However, the sudden drop in blood sugar means the intense pressure on your filtration system decreases almost immediately. The redlining engine finally idles down, but stopping the damage is only the first step. Next, the body has to halt the biological rusting process. By days 4 to 7, we enter the repair phase. A common assumption is that kidney aging is just a natural consequence of time. The surprising truth is that sugar actively accelerates this decay by creating sticky molecules called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These molecules literally rust and scar your kidney tissues, triggering inflammation. But the moment you quit sugar, your body stops producing these AGEs in high volumes. Research shows this reduction happens almost immediately. Within just days, your blood becomes noticeably cleaner and your kidneys start working more efficiently. The rusting stops. Yet as the week progresses, an even more visible transformation occurs, one you can actually see in the mirror. By week 2, we reach the deflation effect. The common misconception is that bloating and high blood pressure are just from eating too much salt. But the hidden mechanism is that sugar spikes your insulin levels, which directly commands your kidneys to hoard sodium and water. This explains why people who consume large amounts of sugar often feel exhausted and swollen, their blood vessels straining under the extra fluid volume. But by week 2 of zero sugar, this process reverses. Within a few weeks, your blood pressure measurably drops as the kidneys stop retaining excess water and the swelling decreases. The kidneys find it easier to maintain balance, like turning down the volume in a noisy room. The vascular strain is relieved, but what about the excruciating pain of crystals forming deep inside the kidneys? Entering weeks 2 and 3, we uncover the hidden crystal trigger. Most people assume that kidney stones only come from dehydration or eating salty foods. The flip is that a high sugar diet acts as a sneaky culprit, triggering a massive excretion of calcium into your urine. More calcium means more crystals, which harden into stones over time. A study found that people with the highest sugar intake had dramatically higher rates of kidney stones. But here is the hope. Without sugar, your urinary composition normalizes. Within just 30 days of quitting, the amount of calcium and crystals drops, dramatically lowering the risk of stone formation. Imagine 30 days of discipline sparing you from years of agonizing pain. But your kidneys don't just stop stones. They actively rebuild their defenses. By week 3, your body is actively patching the screen door. The expectation is that kidney damage is a one-way street, permanently lost function. But the biological mechanism of sugar overload is that it punches microscopic holes in your filters. Healthy kidneys keep vital protein in your blood, but decades of sugar cause that protein to slip through, leaking into your urine, one of the earliest warning signs of damage. It's like a screen door full of holes. But when you drastically cut sugar, studies show this protein leakage often decreases. The filtration barrier is strengthening and healing. This is not some vague wellness claim. It is a concrete biological improvement that can be measured in a lab. The next step is extinguishing the fire that burns inside your body. In week 4, the fire extinguisher is deployed. A common misconception is that dangerous inflammation only happens in muscles or joints. In reality, chronic sugar intake sparks oxidative stress that inflames kidney tissues and makes them vulnerable to scarring. Once scar tissue forms, kidney function declines permanently. But the flip is that within 30 days of quitting sugar, systemic inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein plummet. Lower inflammation means less damage to delicate blood vessels, preserving their ability to filter. Think of inflammation as rust on metal. Removing sugar slows the rusting. Your skin becomes clearer and your energy stabilizes. It's proof that stepping away from sugar gives your organs permission to heal. Finally, we arrive at day 30 and beyond, escaping the machine. The assumption is that a 30-day detox is just a temporary health trend, but the twist is that it fundamentally resets your insulin sensitivity, drastically lowering the risk of progressing to type 2 diabetes. Uncontrolled diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. By stopping the constant high blood glucose, you protect the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys from diabetic nephropathy. And the true consequence? Preventing a future where you are hooked to a dialysis machine for 12 hours a week, doing what your kidneys can no longer do. Every day without added sugar is another day of protection against that silent, slow decline. A 30-day break from sugar is not the finish line. It is concrete proof that your internal organs can self-repair when given relief from toxic overload. The improvements, lower blood pressure, reduced inflammation, and better filtration, begin within weeks. And once you see the difference, why would you ever go back? So if you could see inside your body right now and watch your delicate nephrons struggling in real time, would you still order that daily caramel latte? Or would today be the day you choose differently? If you want to continue exploring the hidden realities of your biology, make sure to like, share this with someone who needs the motivation, and subscribe for more science.